This is the most painful game in NBA 2K history, but if I experienced it, you all have to experience it with me. You've got to feel the same trauma I felt. Let me kick this off by giving you a little bit of a backstory. For the entire year so far, I have about 11 or 12 losses in total. At Bears minimum, 8 of those have come between the Celtics and the Warriors. And it's because I'm stubborn, that's the only reason. 2K has this extremely broken tier system, so you can't see who you're gonna play. And more often than not, in your tier 1 games, you're gonna play either the Celtics or the Warriors. And the thing is, you can exit these games. If it's a matchup like you're a tier 3 team and you obviously can't win the game, you know it's gonna be an L, you can drop out. You can close the application, you could snatch the Ethernet cable out of your PlayStation, you can quit the game before it actually starts. There's many ways to avoid an L that you know is coming. But in tier 1, I've just been especially stubborn. And even in tier 2, the Bucks are still a tier 2 team despite clearly being better than every tier 2 team there. And I keep trying to find matchups for them, one that's finally going to work against Giannis. Then against the Celtics and Warriors, I always tell myself I'm done playing them, but then they show up and I'm like, I think I could take this guy. And let me explain something. Until DeMarcus Cousins comes back, the Warriors are actually more beatable than the Celtics. The Warriors are currently easier to beat because a lot of people that play this game online, they're just casual. So they don't mess with the lineups, they don't go through looking at who's actually playing in the second quarter. And being that the Warriors bench is not that great, they always end up playing this lineup with like Kevon Looney and Jordan Bell. And they'll have like 3 people on the floor that can't shoot, so they become easier to defend. And their bench is just not that good in general. The Celtics, however, the Celtics in NBA 2K19 are currently what they would be in real life if they ever figured it out. Gordon Hayward is still playing at an all-star level. Kobe Bryant's influence did not get to Jason Tatum. Terry Rozier is not hurting in his 6-man role. And they're 9 or 10 players deep that all play their positions just perfectly. And so it's been so difficult to beat the Celtics this year because unless you just luckily run into somebody that doesn't know what they're doing and they just try to use Kyrie all game, this team has so many shooters, they can switch everything, and they're extremely deep and they can play great defense. And the thing that really works is the only thing anyone has to do to win with this team is really run picks all game. When they use Kyrie and Horford or Kyrie and Tatum, pick and pops will destroy any defense. And the main difference between Boston in this game from when I used them in 2K18 is that Jason Tatum just got so much better in this game than he used to be. He used to be an afterthought. Now he can be a main option. So I've wound up losing to this team again and again because you have to put together a perfect game to compete with somebody who actually knows what they're doing. When you run into somebody that's at least halfway decent and they pick up Boston, your mistakes are magnified because they have 7 or 8 scoring options, legitimate scoring options. And as you can see in this game, I've got the Wolves before they traded Jimmy Butler. Rest in peace to my Timberwolves run, I will never use them again. But me and this guy are going at it. He's honestly some of the best competition I've had the entire time I've been playing this game. He's a good player with an amazing team, and I'm a pretty good player with a team not quite as good as his. We started the 4th quarter, I was down by 1. I'm getting a little bit shifty with Teague, that's important right there. I noticed he can't play good on ball defense, gonna have to take advantage of that. Then he gets a really good drive with Kyrie. This is a really good finish in traffic, but he reaches in the backcourt. If you guys watch me on stream, I keep saying, do not reach in the backcourt. Look at that, he gave me a wide open option. He had to slide over in the paint. When will dudes learn to not reach in the backcourt? It breaks your entire defense. And then this right here, this is just Cat being Cat in 2K. Or me being Cat anyways. I saw that coming. Get that out of there. I saw that coming. That was predictable. There he goes reaching in the backcourt again. He's broken his defense. Just got to find somebody open now. Got it to Jimmy in the corner. And then what happens next is beautiful basketball. His defense is all over the place. There goes Cat finishing. Offense and defense. I had to take control of Wiggins on this play. You see him hanging out in the corner with Jalen. He didn't even get screened by Kyrie, but he stopped. And now Kyrie is just busting my ass. He's got the Celtics. He's got pretty much all their points. And this is what I mean right here, where you can't make any mistakes. Look at that. Snuck up behind Teague. It's just like I said. You have to do everything perfectly when you play against the Celtics team. Down by 3 points, 2.5 minutes. He could easily go up. I saw it coming. I saw that one coming from a mile away and I got the foul. He insisted on using Kyrie this entire quarter, so he made himself just a tiny bit predictable right there. I'm still in this one. Under 2 minutes left in the game. And this play right here is going to show this is the embodiment of all you have to do is run screens with Boston. Look at that. There goes one screen with Kyrie and Horford. Kyrie is hard to guard by himself, but he just keeps running screens until he gets open. He was open right there. He should have took that one with Horford. I tried to steal it, and Kyrie with the and one. This is the hardest point guard in NBA 2K19 to guard. Him and Curry are right there for that title. I'm not even sure. Kyrie Irving is just so ridiculously shifty. The crossovers, the speed, and now he's in takeover mode in the fourth quarter with a minute and a half left. The odds on this aren't looking good. Got to get a quick four. Is quick four going to come through? Hayward closed out. If you watched my quick four video the other day, I was talking about how much easier it is to close out that play now because the guy always pauses. And there he goes with the screens again. There he goes with the screens again. The pick and pop. Horford is open. And now I'm down by 4. That's the only offense you have to run with Boston right there. Luckily, my frustration paid off on that play. Whenever I do that, that means I'm pissed. When I throw it across half court like that and I risk a turnover, I'm extremely pissed. And what do you do when Kyrie is in takeover mode and he's running screens over and over again? Look at this. Look how many shooters he has. I am scrambling all over the floor trying to stop this guy's shooters. Look at the defense. It's terrible. Oh, but I got lucky. No, I didn't. This team, this is what you run into when you play Boston. That was one of those examples right there where the defense is just so bad that he didn't know what to do. Have you ever had that happen? When your defense is so bad that the guy's defense you're playing against, it's just so terrible and you have so many options you don't know who to pass to. So now Jaylen Brown's at the free throw line. That's the guy I prefer. Honestly, I prefer him taking these free throws because of that right there. I'm only down by 3 and he's reaching in the backcourt again. How was that not a foul? Look who he left open though. It's Wiggins. And that right there is one of the things I should have put on the list of like the top things 2K players hate. When you try to shoot a 3-pointer in the corner and the guy ends up in front of it. I was definitely trying to shoot a 3 with Wiggins right there. Can't complain though. We got Brown again at the free throw line. Oh, and he choked again. He choked again and I'm down by 2. You know what I'm going with. It's got to be the quick 4. It has got to be the quick 4. Oh, what's that defense? What is that defense, Kyrie? And 1. Jeff Teague out of all people. But I said that at the beginning of this quarter, right? I said to keep note of that is that he couldn't play good on ball defense. And I knew that was going to be important down the stretch. I knew watching him with Kyrie at the beginning, it was going to be important that he could not stay in front. And right there, actually, it worked against him that he knew the quick 4 Horns flare was coming. Because he clearly tried to get above that screen. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he saw the action developing. And so I just went the other way. And so I'm trying to hold this narrow 1-point lead. I'm finally going to beat Boston. This is a team, this has been my nemesis. I can deal with the Warriors, Steph and KD, no problem. I can deal with you guys because none of the Warriors players know how to run their rotations. The Celtics, however, these guys are basically responsible for all my losses. It is going to feel so good to hold on to this 1-point lead, especially with Jeff Teague getting that and 1.
Son of a bitch, you piece of shit, you fucking goddamn fucker. Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head. Stop.
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro. You tripping.
A problem has been encountered that prevents this game from continuing. This game will not be counted. After all that work to barely get a 1-point lead, all that work against this team that I have not been able to beat, I'm finally about to do it. I got so emotionally invested into this gameplay. For it to quit on the last play before I tried to defend my 1-point lead. I would have rather found out that my girlfriend was cheating. I would have rather found out that the Celtics signed Carmelo Anthony than to have this game quit at the last second. The game didn't count as a loss, but it's more painful than a loss. This is more painful than a buzzer beater. I sat there staring at this screen for a good 10 to 20 seconds because I was so amped. I know you have all been in a close game before. You've been on the edge of your seat at your friend's house trying to defend a 1-point game, and as long as there's some outcome, you can live with it. Not being able to get an outcome to this game ruined my entire mood for that night. But if I had to experience the pain of not knowing the outcome of a nail biter like that, y'all have to feel that pain with me. I'm never gonna know if I could beat the Celtics because I'm done taking L's to them with inferior teams. And you and me together are never gonna know the results to the legendary Celtics and Wolves game. Thanks, 2K.